Hey guys, welcome back to Fantasy Tipped. Julian here for another exciting drops episode. And yeah, dropping players on your fantasy hockey team is never an easy thing to do, especially if they've been on your roster all year and they were better and really good for you early in the season. Sometimes it's a tough decision to make, and I'm here to help you make that decision a little bit easier. I'm going to be listing 5 forwards and 5 defensemen that you should consider dropping from your team. Before we jump into the content, guys, drop a like on this video if you haven't already, and hit that subscribe button if you've been watching my videos, enjoying my content, and haven't yet subscribed. Thanks a lot, guys. If you do want to take your support to the next level, link down below for my Patreon, or you can click the join button right here on YouTube. Let's jump into it now, guys, and let's start with the forwards that you can consider dropping. And first on the list is Anze Kopitar of the Los Angeles Kings. Now, there's 2 stars next to him because I'm not dropping Anze Kopitar in most leagues. But if you are in a very shallow league, Anze Kopitar isn't really that valuable for you because he is a natural center and as of late has not been doing a whole lot of anything. You're probably benching him every single night if you are in a very shallow league. Kopitar can be dropped in those leagues because you've probably got other guys on the waiver wire that will serve you a little bit better while he's on his cold streak. In deeper leagues, Kopitar is a stud and you have to hold on to him because he will turn it around at some point, and you can't afford to drop a guy like that. Next is Chris Kreider of the New York Rangers. With JT Miller being added to the mix, Kreider is now on the 3rd line with Will Cooley, and as it is, he's already having an abysmal season. Playing on the 3rd line is really not going to be helping with that. On top of that, he was kicked off the top power play, which is really not going to help him score a lot of points, and which is why I think at this point, Chris Kreider is a drop. Obviously, if you're in a super deep league, you can hold on to him and cross your fingers that something magical and some kind of miracle happens, but yeah, I'm not overly high on Chris Kreider right now, as you can see. Then I have Robert Thomas of the St. Louis Blues, and if you're in a deep league, hold on to him. I still like Robert Thomas. He is having a bit of a down year though, and he's ranked in the 200s-ish in most leagues, which isn't great, but he did miss a few games. I think he missed like 10, 12 games, so it's not the worst ranking in the world, but he's definitely not having his best season. And it doesn't help that right now he's on a very cold streak as well. But Robert Thomas is someone I like and definitely still is a skilled player. If you are in a deep league, you are holding on to him. I'm going to say that one more time. If you're in a deep league, hold on to Robert Thomas. But again, if you're in a shallow league, he's a natural center. He's not really doing that much for your team, providing that much value as a natural center. There are probably plenty of other natural center options out there or other positions that you probably need more than a natural center. Matvei Michkov has been doing a whole lot of nothing over the past few weeks. This past week, I streamed him because Philadelphia had a nice schedule. Wow, was he ever disappointing. Like, he's not even shooting anymore. The peripherals are completely non-existent. He's not putting up points. Right now, Michkov is a drop in almost all leagues. He's very difficult to hold on to right now. And finally, Evander Kane. Now, he's not a must drop to me because if you do have room on an IR spot and he's not preventing you from making any other kind of moves like putting somebody else on IR, whatever, you can hold on to him. But personally, I don't think that Evander Kane is coming back this year. I think Edmonton's going to be using that LTIR trick where they keep him on LTIR the whole year and then can bring him back for the playoffs. That's what I think is going to happen with Evander Kane. I don't think he's going to play during the regular season this year, so it's probably not worth holding on to him. However, again, if you do have the IR space, you could use it, but like, if you saw in Fantasy Tip Members League, for those of you who are in the Members League, I had Evander Kane on my IR. But as soon as I even got a slight injury, someone went day-to-day, dropped Evander Kane, moved him onto my IR Plus instead, because that's going to be a whole lot more helpful to me, making even little moves than having a guy who's probably not even going to come back. Jumping into drops, and Devon Taves of the Colorado Avalanche, I don't know why he's 86% rostered still. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, he puts up a few points here and there, like every 3 games or so, maybe at most, and has okay peripherals, but 86% of leagues, Give me a break. There's definitely better options out there in shallow leagues. And if you're in a deep league, I get it. You can hold on to him. But come on, 86% of leagues? Give me a break. Morgan Rielly is a drop in all leagues right now. He has been so bad. He's not even on the top power play anymore. They've got 5 forwards running the top power play in Toronto. He's on PP2, but he's not doing a whole lot of anything offensively. And his peripherals have been really bad this year. Easy drop. Travis Sanheim has been awful lately as well. Peripherals are not really there, and the points have completely dried up. So he's also a very easy drop. Brent Burns has kind of been a bum all year. Now, that's a bit of a harsh word, but he's old and he's not on the top power play in Carolina. The peripherals have been okay. There's been a bit of a floor, but really not enough to justify owning him in over 50% of leagues. Give me a break. Maybe he should be owned in 20% of leagues, something like that. But yeah, way too many of you guys own Brent Burns right now. And finally, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. And yeah, he had a nice little stretch where he was scoring some points, but he's not someone who I can continuously expect to score points because, well, first of all, he's not a top power play guy, and second of all, right now he's injured, so that obviously doesn't help. But yeah, he's not someone who you can rely on to consistently score points, and he's not going to put up that much of a floor, so he's a pretty easy drop as well. And that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoy the content today, drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Fantasy Tipped.